And this morning I was so angry and hurt and heartbroken because of how hard life can be and how stupid humans can be. You know, I don't know if this offends people, whatever. You know, Jesus on the cross said something like, Father, why have you forsaken me? Like even enlightened people feel those human emotions that say, WTF? Like, why is the world like this? Why are humans so freaking stupid? Hello, beautiful. So this video is not for everybody. If you're looking for a pick-me-up, this is not it. So I learned a few days ago that there are 3 different kinds of tears. And one is reactive, like when we chop onions. The second one, I can't remember. The third one is emotional, from pain. And that third one actually has a chemical that is a stress hormone. And it supports the idea that crying is actually a true physically good feeling release. And it's important and it's good to allow ourselves to consciously cry out when we have emotions rise up in us, to allow it to happen and to allow us to cry it out because it's actually healthy. But that's not the point. We also know that emotions that are in our bodies, if we don't let them circulate, they create knots, they create blockages of energy, and it's not healthy, right? It leads to disease, it leads to whatever. It's not healthy. We should learn to allow emotions that come through us not to stay in us, because that's where a lot of our ill feelings and dis-ease come from. That's why we do tapping. That's why you get massages. That's why we do all these things, the breath work or whatever. It's to allow all these things that are blocked. And this morning, after a tough night, I woke up and I had emotions going through me. And I imagine that it's emotions that come through you too sometimes. So I decided to share it. And those emotions are about humans. And this morning I was so angry and hurt and heartbroken because of how hard life can be and how stupid humans can be. Stupid for all the hatred that we spew onto one another. Stupid for killing each other over the concept of God, for God's sakes. Stupid for destruction that we do on cities, on people. Stupid for families who don't support each other, for friends who abandon one another, who betray each other, for partners who are not nice to each other, for neighbors who don't care about each other, for all the things that are just so freaking stupid. I was thinking of elderly people that end up alone with nobody around, and after a life of so much experience and richness, they end up not being appreciated and not having people who visit them, who value them. And they find ways to make their lives okay because, like we all do, we end up accepting and just saying it is what it is because it's part of my life's journey and all this stuff. But you know, we still have emotions under these things. Whether we witness them or experience them, we have emotions. And those emotions have to go through our body. They have to circulate so that they can be released. And it's really nice spiritually, with a higher perspective from our higher self, to see that, our lives are just a tiny breath in our eternity, that we are all here to learn things, and this is just our human experience. And I talk about it. Once we die, all this is just like, oh well, it was just this quick moment for you to go and experience all those things. And that we, perhaps attract and create what's in our lives and all that. But it doesn't change that as a human, it can be really hard. And that humans can be really stupid, and that we all have feelings and we need to let them through. So if you're angry about it, get angry. We can go back to our higher perspective. I was going to say which is truer, but it's not. We have the perspective of the human, and we have the perspective of our soul. And they are both true, and they both deserve validation. I don't know if this offends people, whatever. Jesus on the cross said something like, Father, why have you forsaken me? Like, even enlightened people feel those human emotions that say, WTF? Like, why is the world like this? Why are humans so freaking stupid? So, this is what I'm feeling this morning, and it's going to pass very soon. Just sharing this. Why is it going to pass even faster? One, because before I cried, and I did it consciously. I chose to cry because I was feeling these things, and I was thinking, I don't want them stuck in my body. And also, it's going to go faster because sharing. I'm doing it in front of a camera, but I know it's going to reach some people. And when we share, it's a way of circulating what is in us, and it is healthy. We share about the love, the giving, the beauty, but we have to share. Wow, I'm going to circle all this back up to, interesting. I didn't know I was going there. But this is why we have to share. This is why we need to talk about the things that are hard in our lives. Because when we share, we get through things faster. And we allow other people to see that they're not alone. And this is why we need community. And we need to open up and stop thinking that our mess is something that we're supposed to hide from the people around us. If we shared more openly, more of us would not feel so alone. We would not feel like something is so wrong with us, and that all these things that we're feeling, we should keep to ourselves because it's not what the world wants to see. We need to share. And it's something that I had to talk about my book. I wasn't going there at all, but I wrote stuff because I had to talk about my book. And it's about that. It's about allowing our emotion. The name of my book is A Splendid Mess. And it's about the splendid, the divine part of life, and the mess, and opening up and sharing so that we feel more connected. Connection doesn't happen when we share our Instagram life. Connecting happens when we are true, when we are real, and when we open up. Wow. So I'm going to invite you. I was so not going there, but I am co-hosting a summit next week, December 16th to 20th. I'm just not gonna big promote, but it's to talk about all the things when we're highly sensitive and we perceive the world so deeply, and how do we live in this world as highly sensitive people, empaths, neurodivergent, whatever. So it's the HSP Summit. Go check it out, registered, it's free. And if you want, check out my book on Amazon, because that's why I wrote it. I didn't write it because I wanted my stories to be out there. Actually, I would prefer that my life would not be an open book. But I feel that it was important because humans need to open up so that we connect and that we stop being so stupid towards each other and feeling alone and living life and destroying our bodies. Because when we keep all this inside of ourselves, we destroy ourselves and we don't live the full life that we can live. We're here for the hard experiences, but we are also here to share. What did I say? Wow, I just forgot. I wanted to say that we're here for both. We're here for it all. And we need to learn how to experience it all in a wholesome way, in a connected way, connected to life, connected to soul, connected to each other, and connected to ourselves. And for that, we need to know ourselves. We need to allow ourselves to feel what we feel, and we need to share. So, my beautiful, stupid humans, let's open up our hearts and connect. That's it. You may be stupid, but I love you. Okay. That's my message. I do love you. Bye.